What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be utilizing the best team for the Great League according to PvPoke.com, and honestly it got me a lot of wins and it makes sense. Medicham, Mandibuzz, and Registeel. Let me know what you guys think about this team. Do know my Medicham is not fully powered up when it comes to XL candy. I'm still working on it, so if you got a fully XL'd Medicham, you're going to have a lot more fun than I did. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video and let's get right into it. Okay, getting into the first battle here, let's see how we do. We have Medicham on the lead versus Nidoqueen. Okay, so first thoughts, I'm reading Double Dark in the back. I also want to try to get myself shield advantage right here, and they are going to be going for a Poison Fang right away. I'm going to let this go. Obviously, you guys know the first one isn't going to do as much damage. It's still going to hurt, but what we need to do is build up to that Psychic and now go for the Ice Punch. Both moves do super effective damage, but we threaten harder if we build up to that Psychic, and we do get a shield, so I'm going to swap straight into Mandibuzz. If this is Double Dark in the back, which it is not, unfortunately, Mandibuzz has really good matchups. So we're looking still okay here in this matchup, as Foul Play is going to be doing a decent amount of neutral damage, but we will be taking a lot of super effective damage from the Icicle Spear. So our goal is to get this Wall Rain low. We still have shield advantage ourselves, 2-1, and I want to come back in with Medicham and really load up on energy. So we're going to go ahead, throw the next Foul Play. Wall Rain is low, and they won't be able to farm us down as well, otherwise I'll be able to get to another charge move, so they are forced to throw right here. Now, I don't know what they have in the back, but I'm reading that it might be another tank, maybe like Registeel, Galarian Stunfisk, Bastiodon. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with Medicham, and I'm going to look to swap to catch the charge move here on Registeel, as it is going to be resisted. Otherwise, I'd have to give up a shield on Medicham. So Registeel can tank this Icicle Spear, and now we can start getting ahead on energy. They decided to come in with Shadow Nidoqueen, and remembering how much energy it had before, this is just going to be a Poison Fang, which is a huge call. Had they built up a lot more energy, I would have shielded for the potential Earth Power. Now, this does look like a kind of tough situation here for Registeel, but honestly, Focus Blast, even though it is resisted, is still going to do a ton of damage. As you guys can see, that gets the Nidoqueen low enough where we can farm down, and I will give up 2 shields in order to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this first one, as they did build up to Earth Power, and it was an Earth Power. This is huge. I'm just going to be able to farm down now with Lock On. They do get to a Poison Fang in time, which is fine by me, but Registeel now is in prime position to unload the charge move on whatever decides to come in. So let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be Azumarill. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Zap Cannon right away to force that shield from my opponent, and then we're going to swap straight into Medicham right here to try to go for the Psychic, as Registeel is going to have to close this game out for me. Now, if you guys are reading this correctly, this is going to get a bit dicey if they do have Hydro Pump, but as long as they have Ice Beam and Play Rough, things are still looking good. They also decide to throw their energy right here. I would have gotten to another Psychic in time, and it is going to be an Ice Beam that does take us out. So I need to be very careful with Registeel right here. They still have Wall Rain in the back, so I got to be anticipating that potential Sack Swap, because if they catch it, it's game over for me. We're going to go ahead and shield the Play Rough, and then we are just going to farm down, and they swap into Wall Rain, so we do get that full farm down, which is perfect, and we're going to be able to get the Zap Cannon off in time to take out the Azumarill. So that is going to be a good battle, very well played. Boom, takes out Azumarill. All right, moving into the next battle here. Let's see what we have. This team is just strong. That's just all I can say about it. We got Azumarill on the lead right here, so I'm not necessarily going to swap out, as Medicham still has a decent matchup with Psychic as the charge move, and they decide to swap into Sableye. So instantly reading Azumarill, Alolan Marowak, Sableye. It's a very strong team in the meta, and what they were trying to do there was catch the Psychic on Sableye, which really does no damage. So we're going to go ahead and shield the first charge move, predicting that it was return, and thankfully it was. Had that been a shield bait, that would have been really unfortunate, but we want to maintain switch advantage, because what I think is in the back is going to be the Alolan Marowak. Sorry, I need some more coffee today, but I'm reading that there is a Alolan Marowak in the back, so I want to keep my Mandibuzz very healthy right here, and I'm going to swap back out into Medicham to draw out the Alolan Marowak. So we will see Sableye come back in, and what I'm going to do here is just load up on energy, let them throw the first charge move here. That's fine by me, and I'm going to swap back into Medicham right here to draw out the Alolan Marowak. That way I can keep it away from Registeel. So we do go for the Psychic right away. We are a bit ahead on energy compared to them, so this is still looking like a decent matchup. They decide to shield that one, and we draw out the Alolan Marowak. Perfect. This is exactly what we need because Mandibuzz can take out Alolan Marowak now, and Registeel can go into Azumarill. So that was an extremely hard team read, but it did pay off for me. So Alolan Marowak, the GOAT right there, Shadow GOAT, is going to take me out. That's fine. Medicham has done its job. We're going to come in with the Mandibuzz to close this thing out here against Alolan Marowak, as we do have some loaded energy. So we're just going to go ahead and go for the foul play right away. Mandibuzz is an extremely hard counter to Alolan Marowak. They decide to let it go, and the Azumarill is going to come back in, and we're just going to go ahead and just do as much chip damage as we can before coming in with Registeel. We also want them to throw energy here against Mandibuzz in order to take us out. Once they do, I will swap into Registeel. So they're just going to go ahead. Well, I'm going to be forced to because I'm going to no-shield it, right? We're going to come in with Registeel into Azumarill now, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. I know this isn't a spicy team. You guys have seen a lot of spicy videos from me recently, but I honestly just wanted to see how well this team performs. As it was the top performing team on PvPoke. So we're just going to go ahead and shield the play rough and just go for double zap cannon to close this game out. So that is going to be a good battle, very well played to my opponent, but honestly, hard reading the Alolan Marowak in the back was a big call. Good game. All right, moving to the next one, we got Medicham on the lead versus Swampert. Okay, Swampert usually pairs with Skarmory, so we're going to see them swap into Sableye. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is honestly a really great answer to Sableye, as it can take it out with foul plays with neutral damage, and you can survive a return, but if they get to 2, that's where things get really dicey. But we are hard reading Swampert, Skarmory, and now Sableye. Usually whenever you see a Swampert lead, there is always an anti-grass in the back, and Skarmory is the best answer to grass-type Pokemon. So we did decide to shield right there. I didn't see if it was foul play or return. I'm thinking it was foul play, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we can get to another charge move here. They decided to shield as well, which is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through, and it is going to be the return. So as you can see, not too much damage. It's a respectable amount, but the Swampert can't farm me down. I'm going to go ahead and go for Aerial Ace here, as it is neutral damage and a little bit less energy, just slightly, so in case they decide to double shield. But we will see Swampert come back in, and they're going to have to throw energy in order to take me out, which is the big win condition for us. And maintaining switch advantage is huge, especially with this team alignment that we are seeing of Swampert, probably Skarmory, and then Sableye. So we're going to go ahead and let the Hydro Cannon go through. Come in with that Medicham right here. We'll even up on shields if they decide to shield. And we are very close to an Ice Punch. So we're going to go ahead and let the first Hydro Cannon go through. It's going to do a decent amount of damage, but honestly it's okay, and sure enough it is Skarmory in the back. Now I made a mistake right there. Build up to that Ice Punch. Next, I'll do it in the next game. But you want to build up to that Ice Punch in case you need that extra energy to Ice Punch the Swampert in the back. So they're going to go ahead and come in with Skarmory and go for a Brave Bird right away. I'm just going to load up on energy, and I'm already at max, so I'm actually just going to go for a Focus Blast here. I hope this actually doesn't do enough to take it out. That's why I decided to go for Focus Blast, but it booms it anyways. Boom! Should have maybe undercharged it because my goal was to overload to be able to get to another Focus Blast in time, but we do get it here against the Swampert, so this is going to be forcing that final shield, and this is why I said I wish I saved the Ice Punch there on Medicham. That way I could take it out. So things are going to get very dicey very quickly. They're going to go ahead, throw the Hydro Cannon to take us out, and they did a good job overloading on energy. We're going to come in with the Medicham, and we get that counter through. So now we do have the energy. We're going to go ahead and shield, and they have to do like 2 or 3 more Mud Shots in order to get to a third one. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played. But had I saved, banked an Ice Punch, I would have been able to CMP tie right when I came in and not worried too much. So good game. All right. Moving into the next one, we have Medicham on the lead versus Swampert again. Shadow Swampert this time, but still a hard read Skarmory in the back. And they decide to swap into Drapion, so I'm going to go ahead and come in with Mandibuzz. I didn't do it that time, but I'll do it again in the next game. I faced so many Swampert leads, it was ridiculous. It was a very common team that I saw. Sludge Bomb as well doesn't do too much damage, and we are in the driver's seat here with Mandibuzz with the Aerial Ace because it does a decent amount of neutral damage. So we are going to have to shield as well a potential Sludge Bomb. But hopefully we can take out this Drapion and maintain switch advantage. So here comes the next Aerial Ace. They're going to go ahead and no shield it. That's fine by me. We're in a good position right here. I'm going to go ahead and no shield the next Sludge Bomb as well, just in case it is going to be a crunch. And no, it was another Sludge Bomb. That's fine. We're okay. We're sitting good right here. We're going to be able to go for another Aerial Ace. And we spam these extremely quickly, which is very nice. So if they decide to let this go through, that is fine by me. So we do land it. Take out the Drapion. They're going to come back in with Swampert and obviously just go for a Hydro Cannon and take us out. But thankfully, I get to a foul play in time. This is huge. This is a huge chunk of neutral damage if they decide to no shield it, as it does about 40% of their HP. And as you can see, it's looking very, very good. Now, we're going to go ahead, let this Hydro Cannon go through, come in with that Medicham, and bank our Ice Punch this time. We're going to bank it. They're going to go ahead and go for the Hydro Cannon. We let this go. We're hard reading Skarmory in the back as we do let the first Hydro Cannon go through. They come in with Skarmory, so I'm going to build up to that Ice Punch and then swap out. I overload just a little bit as well, make sure I have extra energy, and they decide to surrender right there. So good battle, very well played, but ultimately this team locks down those Swampert Skarmory cores. Alright, so we got Medicham on the lead versus Froslass. Not the best lead. I'm going to go ahead and go into Mandibuzz, as Registeel is a bit better answer because we resist Powder Snow. And they decide to bring in Araquanid, which is very interesting because I'm going to be doing super effective damage here with Aerial Ace. And they're only going to be doing neutral damage with Bug Bite and Bug Buzz if they decide to go for it. And I'm going to go ahead and no-shield everything because you and I both know that Araquanids love to just throw non-stop Bubble Beams. So we are going to be able to get 2 Aerial Aces in right here, which is beautiful. We get a shield already. So things are looking good. Even if I have to come in with Medicham to Froslass, that 2-to-1 shield situation is very, very nice for us. So we're just going to go ahead and just keep going for Aerial Aces, no shielding everything, because Registeel with shield advantage or Medicham with shield advantage is looking very good. They decide to let that one go through as well. I'm going to guess it's going to be another Bubble Beam right here. They've already committed to one, so here comes the second one, and then it's just going to be an onslaught at this point. They're just going to keep going over and over. Here comes another one. We're just going to let these go through. It doesn't do any damage to us. And I'm still going to be able to one-shot it with Aerial Ace. So I'm just going to keep overloading on energy. That way I can get to a foul play versus Froslass if it decides to come back in. So this next one should take out the Araquanid, and it does, even after all those Bubble Beams. We do see the Froslass come in, so we're going to go ahead and go for the foul play right away. And then I'm actually going to swap into Registeel. We do land it. I'm going to swap into Registeel, and we draw out a Diggersby, which is very nice because we will be applying pressure with Focus Blast, as it does do super effective damage. And again, Froslass with energy is one of the deadliest things in the meta, period. So you never want to give it that opportunity to be able to farm down. And since I'm at a 2-to-1 shield situation right here, we're just going to go ahead and no shield. My win con is with Medicham and 2 shields. So we're just going to go ahead and let all these charge moves go through. It's going to be another Fire Punch right here. That wasn't enough energy to be an Earthquake. So we're just going to go ahead and get to one more Focus Blast in time, which is beautiful. This is going to be taking out the Diggersby or getting that final shield. Either way, it's a win-win for us. So we do get the final shield. That's fine by me. We're going to go ahead and I was going to try to swap into Mandibuzz to catch the charge move, but that's fine. We'll let this one, or I decide to shield actually the Fire Punch. I'm not sure why. They have a lot of energy. They're going to have to throw it right away, which is fine. I can come in with Medicham now and close this game out. Froslass is somewhere near a charge move, but is no way going to be able to get to 2 in time. And counters, even though they are resisted, they just still do a ton of damage. All I need to do is get to this Psychic, and it's going to be a good game. So we're just going to go ahead and shield the Avalanche, Psychic, the Froslass, and then counter down the Diggersby to close this game out. And that is going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. They really didn't have, I mean, maybe they could have stayed in with Froslass and did some Avalanche damage versus Mandibuzz. That might have been a bit better for them. But either way, good game. All right, moving to the next one. We have Medicham on the lead versus Berserker. Okay, really positive lead for us here. They decide to swap into Swampert as well, Shadow Swampert. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just go for an Ice Punch right away. I'm trying to do as much chip damage as I can, and then I will come in with the Mandibuzz right here, as we do get a shield as well, which is huge because Hydro Cannons, it's definitely going to take 2, if not 3, to take out Mandibuzz right here, which means I don't actually need to shield. It's definitely going to be 3 for them to take me out. So I'm going to be able to get to a Foul Play in time, force that second shield right away. You guys saw how much damage Foul Play has done before. We do get shield number 2, which is perfect for the Berserker, because Registeel is gonna boom it out of this game because it has no shields with that Focus Blast. They decided to go for the Sludge Wave. Either way, if it was Hydro Cannon, Sludge Wave, whatever, it's not going to take me out. And Foul Play here is going to get me that switch advantage, which is perfect. Now, they come in with Berserker, and Shadow Claw is resistant, so they're going to get a lot of energy right here. But honestly, it's okay. We have 2 shields. Medicham, unless they have Play Rough, which is what is risky right here, is not going to take too much damage. I'm going to guess they have Foul Play in close combat, so I will be calling it and no shielding this charge move. If it's Play Rough, so be it. But it's just going to be a Foul Play, which is perfectly fine by me. It doesn't do too much. They're deciding to stay in, which tells me they might be weak in the back to Medicham, and they just want to try to get this thing out of there. So we're going to go ahead and give up a shield now to stop that Foul Play, and sure enough, it is going to be a Shadow Machamp. That's going to be a good battle. They do decide to surrender right there. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is an extremely meta team. Medicham, Mandibuzz, and Registeel, but it's a lot of fun and consistent. If you guys have these Pokemon built, be sure to give them a try. If you guys want to run Dark Pulse instead of Foul Play, you guys can do that as well. It's just I don't want to spend too many more charge TMs because I'm falling low, very low on my charge TMs. I think I only have like 30 left. 30 sounds like a lot, but honestly, if you try to, it was because of Mew. I changed Mew's charge moves a while back, but either way, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.